We're about to make the best dessert. It's fast. It's pretty easy. You're going to want some King Hawaiian rolls. You want 8 ounces of cream cheese. You want a half a cup of butter melted. We're about to do that now. You want 2 tablespoons of butter melted that you're going to grease your 9 by 13 with. You're going to want some brown sugar. You're going to want an egg. And you're going to want some cinnamon. Nutmeg is optional. Next thing we're going to do, you can do that with this melted. I'm just going to do it when it's not because you could do it either way. It's just going to take a couple of tablespoons so you'll have enough to do it with. So we are going to use our butter. Grease up our 9 by 13. Oh, and granulated sugar, you're going to need about 3 tablespoons of that. Now, the next thing you're going to do is take out your King Hawaiian rolls. Just separate them some. You just take them apart like so. They're still going to all go down in your 9 by 13. Just like so. You can get my wee bit in if you want to. To find you a good knife for this, I'm going to use a serrated one. And make yourself an X in the middle. Like you want to just kind of either make an X or cut out. Just cut out the middle. But don't go through to the bottom. Like leave your bottom intact down there. You can or cannot pull some of that out, or you can just mash it down if you want to leave it. That way you have more goodie. But you're basically going to cut out the middle. Leave yourself a little space. Just like so. So I'm going to do all those. I'll be back. Okay, now that we've got all those like so, we're going to, and you know, if you're a waste not, want not kind of person, you could take the little bit of bread and just kind of poke it in here around. And as you're soaking, soak those little pieces. Now, I guess if you take the dish somewhere and you want it to be pretty, you wouldn't want to do this, but we're eating it. So that's just little extra bites of goodness. We'll poke back down in there. And say we didn't waste anything. All right, we're going to move this to the side. We're going to take our half a cup of melted butter, and we're going to add 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. And this is where you'll do your cinnamon and your nutmeg. I'm going to do a lot of cinnamon because I like cinnamon. I'm doing a good tablespoon. You can do less. You can do more. I'm not going to do nutmeg. That's another thing you can do less or more of. And I'll tell you what I am going to do. That is so much better, and that's so syrupy that we are going to add some more brown sugar. Another good tablespoon or so. Thicken that up a little bit. Need to break some of that up. Then you're just going to set this to the side for a second. We're going to take our cream cheese. You want to make sure your cream cheese is softened. We're going to put an egg in it. We're going to put 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar in it. Then we're going to mix that up. This is the best stuff if you've never had it. It rivals anything from the bakery to me. It's so good. Make sure you beat this up till it's really creamy. So that's what I'm doing now. And it's starting to get really pretty and creamy. No lumpy cream. Now you could put this in a piping bag if you want to get all fancy and do it like that and make it pretty. I'm just going to spoon it over in them. We're going to stuff them with this, just like so. You just want to stuff that center, just like that. Let me make sure that really gets in there. Just like that. So I'm going to fill all these up. And I'll be back. Now I'm just taking the extra and kind of over stuffing it. Whoa, that's a little bit. Well, that's all right. Well, it'll just run on down in that pan. We'll do those little side ones over there. And then you're going to take, hold on. We're not wasting none of this. I'll just kind of push that extra on around. It's in the cup. Now then, I'm going to take my grease separator and I'm going to pour this half stick of butter and all that sugar, that brown sugar. There's a couple of little clumps of that brown sugar. I probably should try to mix it up a little better. Little hard clumps of sugar, you know. And then we're going to pour it just like that over all that stuff. And that's a good bit of butter. That's a half a stick. We'll just let it run down the sides, and I can't tell you just how good this is. And I'm not wasting a bit of it. And in the oven it goes on 375 for about 15 minutes. Just keep your eye on it, but you want it to cook for about 15 minutes. And then we'll get it out. Now this part's optional, you don't have to do it, but I'm going to. I did about 4 ounces of cream cheese. It's softened. I'll add a little powdered sugar to that, about 3 heaping tablespoons or so. Little vanilla. Mix it up. Might need a tablespoon or 2 of milk to thin it up, let's say. It's pretty thin. Okay, I'm going to pause this while I beat it to death because this powdered sugar is so lumpy lately. And I know cream, I'm going to pour a little whole milk just because I want it to be, you know, runny, so it's pourable. if you add that Mexican vanilla, it's not going to be a pretty white color if that matters to you. See how that makes it browner? So you may as well throw you a little extra cinnamon in there while you at it. It's brown already, so what's the matter? We'll have a delicious cinnamon cream cheese glaze to pour over them when they're done. Okay, these are done. Let's get them out of here. We'll have to let them cool off before we can pour our glaze over them, but that's what they look like. They are so delicious. This chicken, broccoli, turmeric, garlic, ginger soup, good healthy soup, is on the page already. Melissa's home plates if you hadn't looked it up. Once these cool, I'll pour our cream cheese glaze. It's got cinnamon, brown sugar, stuff in it over this. Okay, y'all. Now these are just totally delicious like they are. I would normally not even put a glaze on them, but we'll pour a little of this over it just so it's pretty, and you can just do, you know, like a powdered sugar one too. Make it real easy. That's just some extra cream cheese and sugar. And there is your delicious, it's still pretty warm, cheese Danish out of Hawaiian sweet cake rolls. And let me tell you, they are like heaven. Let me get me a spoon. I got my coffee spoon right here. I'll get a bite out of this one on the side. They're so good. They don't need nothing. They don't even need a glaze. They're sweet. They're good. They're amazing. You got to try them.